The South African Defense Forces, as they were called, their army and navy was almost totally outfitted by Israel because South Africa couldn't get weapons from other countries. Israel was one of the only countries willing to break the arms embargo.
Well, the alliance started in earnest in 1973. By 1979, about 35% of Israel's arms exports were going to South Africa. So they became a crucial client and also a crucial source for export revenue that Israel couldn't give up easily. And it involved everything from tanks to aircraft to ammunition, you name it. After 77, there's a mandatory UN arms embargo. Israel violated the UN arms embargo openly, and many Israeli officials are happy to admit that. If you talk to South African defense officials, especially people from the Air Force, they tell you that Israel was an absolutely vital link and was a lifeline for them during the 1980s. After 1977, the ideological component becomes much stronger. The top brass of the two militaries really felt that they were in a similar predicament and that they faced a common enemy. They also had a very similar conception of minority survival. There was a sense that Afrikaner nationalists were similar to Israelis, a beleaguered minority surrounded by a hostile majority. When you look through the documents from the South African Defense Archive, you see that dozens of South Africans were going to Israel on a regular basis to attend a variety of courses, whether it involved submarine operation, anti-tank technology, counterinsurgency techniques, you name it. They really see the PLO and the ANC as one and the same.
The reaction of the government ordering a general mobilization, arming the white community, arresting 10,000s of Africans, the show of force throughout the country, close a chapter as far as our methods of political struggle are concerned. There are many people who feel that it is useless and futile for us to continue talking peace and non-violence against a government whose reply is only savage attacks on an unarmed and defenseless people.
Bombs have exploded almost daily in the run-up to Wednesday's poll, the latest a huge car bomb which devastated shops in the central town of Witbank. The blasts have been officially blamed on the African National Congress.
After decades of nonviolent struggle, Nelson Mandela formed the armed wing of the African National Congress. They turned first to sabotage, then to civilian bombings in order to have their political aspirations recognized.
If this was the work of the ANC, it's their boldest attack to date and demonstrates the organization's determination to carry the guerrilla war to South Africa's major city centers.
The explosion tore apart the bus in the very heart of Jerusalem, killing many of those on board. It was the mirror image of last week's suicide bomb.
I am paid when I read the story of a 65-year-old Palestinian woman who became a carrier of a suicide bomb. And in a note, she indicated that she had to do that because she was trying to save her grandchildren from being killed. And we're saying, what unfair choices to put before people.
Security and terrorism are important issues, but they're symptoms, and they're not independent variables. Israel is a strong party. Once you bring the occupation into the picture, there isn't any more symmetry. There's no more both sides, us and them, the balance that everybody loves. Palestinians aren't occupying Tel Aviv.
And we're pleading that we do not wait for more people to be killed. It is quite apparent that the political authorities will on their own not act. We need to pressurize them.